So I want to try something different on this channel. I want to actually do a review of two pairs of boxing gloves that I have. Now, I've only recently in the last few days acquired a pair of fly gloves, which you can see on screen there. I got them custom made. I wanted red, black and red, because that's kind of the ring kind of attire that I would normally wear in training, and if I was ever to fight, well, in amateur boxing we have to wear red or blue. But if I was ever to fight pro ring, I always wear red and blue, or black and red, sorry. So I'd always go for black and red. And they were very kind enough to provide me with the G-Man logo on the bottom of it, which, I'm very pleased with. So I got that put in. And the other gloves are my Everlast MX. They're training gloves. Now, I want to kind of give kind of a comparison between the two and let you know kind of which one I think is best and which one you should go for. Now, one thing I want to get into is the size. The Fly gloves are 16 ounce and the MX Everlast are 14 ounce. Okay, so the Everlast, they don't just look smaller, they are smaller. And if anyone's looking at that video I put on at the start, what that kind of lacing was, they're not the original laces I got with the gloves. They're elasticated laces. My trainer in the gym told me to use them because they're actually quite handy. You put them on once and you never have to open them. You just literally stretch the glove and put your hand in. It's nice and easy. Creates a lot more ease, because that's the one thing about lace-ups is you have to keep getting someone to do them, and it can get a bit annoying. Whereas the Fly gloves are Velcro, so you can just put them on again. The reason I have 16 in the Fly and 14 in the Everlast is that in my gym, you need 16 gloves, 16 ounce gloves for sparring. You can't spar anything under it. Definitely not 14 ounce Everlast MX gloves. That's just a recipe for disaster in sparring. So they're kind of like the breakdown of the two gloves. Now, the Fly gloves are probably the comfiest glove I've ever worn on my hand. They genuinely are. The foam is incredible. They're nice and soft. I was hitting the bag yesterday in them and I did a good 7 rounds on the bag, and I hit the bag as hard as I can. I try and train kind of I'll do maybe we'll say a minute of just kind of throwing little fast combinations, just not much power in them, just to kind of get my hands kind of warmed up and my arms warmed up. And then for the last minute or so, I'll just focus on explosive hard punching. So I'm really trying to crank as much power as I can into the bag, and my hands felt perfect. They felt like I was obviously tired by the end of it, but my hands, I had no pain, no anything in them. They felt perfect. I haven't sparred yet in the Fly gloves. I have sparred in the Everlast. I know we're not meant to, but I have done little just kind of technical spars in them. So I haven't sparred in the Flies yet. I'm hoping maybe to do some sparring maybe today or tomorrow. But I haven't sparred in them yet, but I can imagine they'll feel good. As I said, I've had no issues with them. And yeah, they're very comfy glove. If someone listening to this has hand issues, or if they've ever hurt their hand, me, thankfully, I've never had a major hand issue. I've had a few little bruises here and there, but that comes with the territory. I would definitely recommend using the Fly gloves if you have hand injuries, because I'm telling you now, you will not get hurt. Your hands will not be hurt in them gloves. They're very soft, they're very comfortable. Now, the Fly gloves cost me €450. I think in pounds it'd be about 360, 370 pounds, give or take, in around that. Maybe actually a bit more, maybe 390, because I got them customised. They were for the Fly. The Everlast were €220. I think they're about £180. Now, the Everlast I've had longer, but I was very curious as to how the Fly gloves felt and looked, so I just decided to invest in a pair. And I can tell you, the Everlast are not as comfy, but I prefer the Everlast. They're more of a puncher's glove, and the build quality is a lot better in the Fly glove. They're a lot safer in your hands, and they are a little bit more comfy. But having used the Everlast, I haven't compared them because I used them for a little bit last night as well. I will tell you that I much prefer the Everlast. For bag work and pad work, definitely prefer the Everlast. And if I was to ever fight, I'd want to use the Everlast. The Everlast are more puncher's glove. I prefer that. And when you're hitting the bag hard in the Everlast, you can feel the shock come through the glove almost into your hand. Now, I have finished bag sessions and my knuckles have been a little bit sore. They've not been injured or anything like that, but they have been a little bit sore. But it's a compromise at the end of the day. You're doing more damage, but the glove is it's not giving your hand the optimum amount of safety. If you're someone with hand injuries, I would recommend not using the Everlasts personally. If you're prone to hurting your hand in sparring, or if you're prone to hurting it in, hitting the bag, I'd probably avoid the Everlast MX. Maybe use the Power Locks. But definitely I prefer the MX over the Fly. The build quality, as I said, is better on the Fly, and they are comfier on your hands. But sometimes you just find a glove that fits you, and I think the Everlast fits me perfect in terms of just what I want from a glove, and I prefer the Everlast. So my review of both gloves is they're both fantastic gloves. I'd recommend you try both of them. If you're someone with hand injuries or prone to getting like sore hands, use the Fly. If you can live with having hands that are a little bit sore after a bag session or a sparring session, use the Everlast. They're a proper puncher's glove. I have used other puncher's gloves like Cleto Reyes. I didn't find them good at all. I found them very, very uncomfortable. I didn't even find them that good in the bag. But the Everlast, it's very hard to describe. You get kind of a shock in the glove when you hit really hard in them. And it's a nice rewarding feeling. And I was missing that yesterday when I was using the Fly gloves. I was missing that kind of shock you get from hitting the bag in it. So me personally, if I had to tell you which one to go for, well, the Everlast are cheaper, which is kind of a benefit, but I would definitely be going for the Everlast. Definitely. Much prefer the Everlast, and I think that if I'm getting another pair of glove in the immediate future, it'd be another pair of Everlast MX. Might go for Velcro next time, but definitely Everlast MX. They built an amazing glove. It is the puncher's glove, the end all puncher's glove, and I would definitely be recommending the Everlast over the Fly. But the Fly glove are fantastic in its own right. The price is a little bit dear. As I said, they were very, very kind enough to give me the G-Man on the glove, which I was very happy with. But definitely I would go with the Everlast MX glove. If I had to pick which one of them I'd rather, I'd go for the Everlast MX. If you can deal with a few little sore knuckles from time to time, they're definitely the glove for you. So anyway, that's my review on these. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts down below. And if you want me to do more videos like this from reviewing gloves, please let me know. Please let me know what you thought, and I'll talk to you after.